All right, I'm going to start getting my supplies ready, so just hang out with me and I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. So this is my laminated sheet that I was given in training. It kind of just tells me everything that I am going to need. So let's start collecting our supplies. We need a bag. Right here. This is what it looks like. It's at room temperature, so we're good. And we have our hand sanitizer. We need a cap. This is what the cap looks like. It goes on the end of my catheter, same as if I was using, the machine. We need some gauze. I need 2 to be exact. All right. We've got our IV pole, our alkali solution, which is what's going to sanitize our catheter. And a mask. And typically when you're doing any kind of dialysis or manual exchange, all your doors need to be closed, all windows need to be closed, vents need to be closed, no fans on, and if you have pets, they cannot be in the room. So my dogs are not in the room. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my mask on. All right, let me get my hand sanitizer. So what we're going to do first is we're going to clean the IV pole and my organizer here. We got to sanitize that first. So I'm going to put a glove on and grab the germicidal wipes. Those are very harsh on your skin, so that's why I just wear one glove, so my hands don't smell like bleach. I think this might be my last one, and I'll have to go get another container when I do more later. Alright, so I'm just going to run this down the pole. I'm going to clean around the organizer. I have to pull this blue part out because this part is only for the cycler. Alright, so I'm going to clean in the crevices here where I put my extensions. Clean in the extension hole here. This is where the new cap goes in the front. Okay, and I'm going to clean my scale here. Might as well. I sanitize literally everything. Alright, now that's done. Alright, sanitizer. Every time you do a new set, sanitize. Alright, so now we're going to hang the bag. This is what it looks like. We're going to check, make sure it's the right strength. This is the red 4.25, so we're good. We're going to take a look at the packaging, make sure it's not expired, make sure there's no leaks, no holes, make sure it looks okay. All right, we're good. This is the drain bag. All right, I'm going to move this. And then we're just going to hang this up here. Then I'm going to pull this apart. Your drain bag is dirty, so it just goes on the floor. All right. This part is what goes in our organizer. So I need to turn this to get the red block off of it. Throw that over there. And if you can see, we place this right in the organizer. Like so. And hopefully you can see. I will try to get you closer. Just want you to be able to see everything. See the bag. Okay. So, and then like I said, your drain bag is dirty. And so when you do any exchange, you start off by draining to see if there's anything in your stomach. So that's what that's for, but it's dirty, so it can touch the floor. Sanitize. Okay. Now, we did that. Now we are going to put our catheter extension in the Alka-Base sanitizing solution, and it soaks for 2 minutes. So we are going to do that now. This is my Alka-Base. Spread it apart so you open. All right, so it has been about 2 minutes since I inserted this. So our next step is we are going to connect to the organizer, and we are going to start draining. So here we go. Draining typically hurts for me, but we are going to give it a shot. All right. Let me see if I can turn it so you can see me some too. Bring it closer. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in. While that's in, I will use my other gauze to clean the tubing with the solution on there. Okay. Sanitizer. Okay, so now we're going to move my catheter, unscrew it from the cap, and hook it on to the actual solution, okay? Twist, stick it on tight, use this to cover the old cap. That's trash. I'm anal with sanitizing, so we're doing it again. Okay, now I unclamp the catheter. It's already set to drain. All right, my phone cut me off again, but we're gonna unclamp now and start to drain. All right, so here we go. Okay, and we're going. I don't know if you can see some water in there, but it's draining. And I typically know when I'm done because I'll start getting some cramping. And so that's how I know that we're done draining. So just kind of waiting. I guess I can introduce myself a little bit. I am going to do an intro video as well later. But, you know, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Caitlin. I am 27 years old. I am married, no kids. I do have 2 dogs. My husband is a police officer, and I am trying to be a nurse. I was in nursing school, but I took a break when I got sick. I have 2 semesters left, so a year. And I was working as a nursing assistant prior to this at the hospital. So I am anxious to get back to working and anxious to get back in school for sure. I was diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease in February 2013. I was 19 years old, and I had my first transplant that same year. And then my transplant started to fail in 2019, and then completely failed September of last year, which is when I had to start emergent dialysis. So, but I'll go in more detail and in more in depth in my intro video. So, but I just wanted to say a little about myself. I hope everybody's having a great week. I am just blown away by the support on TikTok, and I'm at a loss for words. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I am happy to tell my story, and it's so nice when people reach out to me and, you know, say, oh, this has really helped me, or I can relate, or, you know, ask me for advice. And like, because that's part of the reason why I do this too. Like, I want to help other people. I want to show that people are not alone. So, because you can feel pretty alone with this process. So anyway, I'm really grateful, and I thank you guys so much for the support. I'm starting to cramp a little bit. It's not too bad, but I'm going to take a look at this drain bag. I'm going to kind of wiggle around, see if I can get anything loose. And I'm also looking at the bag to see if it's still dripping. We're dripping a little bit. I'm just going to move around. If the pain starts to get worse, I will go ahead and clamp. So the pain's getting a little worse, so I went ahead and clamped. All right, so now I'm going to do some sanitizer. So our next step happens pretty quick. I will have to unclamp. I turn the dial, well, I break the cone first, so we're gonna break the cone here. This is kind of like the seal on the bag. Just break it and rotate it some. All right, so we're good there. Sanitizer. I turn this dial to flush, and I count to 5, and it flushes this line. After I count to 5, I turn it to fill, and that's when it starts filling the solution inside my belly. And today we are doing 1,800 milliliters. This is a 2,000 milliliter bag, so almost all of it. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and unclamp this. I'm going to turn to flush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to fill. I always start, there's like different paces that you can fill. So I start with like the slowest, and then I'll slowly increase because I'm a little sensitive to it. So I've got it on the slowest. I'm gonna go ahead and increase to the middle. And I feel it. It's a little bit of a cool sensation. Okay, and I'm tolerating it okay. So I think I can go ahead and bump up the speed some. Okay, we're almost to full speed. There's one more. It's a little bit crampy at this speed, so I'm gonna give myself some time to adjust. It's filling, it can get uncomfortable because you're putting like almost 2 liters of fluid in your belly. And just think about, like, for you ladies, when it's that time of the month and you just feel bloated, like times 10 is what this feels like. So it's just like uncomfortable and like super bloated, and you know, it does get a little bit better after you're done, but during it, it's just like, oh, I feel so full. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to full speed now. I'm impatient and I like to get it done quick. So we're gonna bump to full speed. All right. Just gonna sanitize my hands. I'm paranoid sometimes. All right, so I have this scale here. This tells me, I hang the bag on it and it'll tell me when I reach 1,800, and so I can stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. I'm going to hook it on here. And there we go. So I've already infused about 500 milliliters, okay? So we've got 1,300 to go. And I am going to go ahead and pause here, and I will come back when I get to the end, and we will unhook together. Okay, so we are about halfway there. Just wanted to check in. It's a little uncomfortable, a little bit of cramping, but it's not terrible. It's tolerable, and a little bloated, but so far, not too bad. I'll check in at the end. All right, so I clamped it off. I'm super uncomfortable. I'm super bloated. I by no means have a flat stomach, but I look like I could be pregnant. Sanitize my hands. So the next thing that's gonna happen is pin and close. So when you turn the dial, it inserts a pin into the end of my catheter, which is what screws onto the new cap. And the new cap is filled with iodine so that it keeps it sanitized inside, okay? I have to unclamp in order to pin and close, and then I'll clamp again, okay? So unclamp, pin and close, clamp. All right, so now we just check our environment to make sure the door's closed, pet's out of the room, fan is off, etc., etc. We're gonna sanitize. All right, now we're going to put the new cap on, okay? So you're gonna unscrew slowly so that it's gonna send some liquid to the other side. Screw that bad boy on. Take this to cover this. Take it off, and we're done. All right, so that's it. It takes a little longer me doing it on here because I'm explaining it step by step to you. This will sit in my stomach for 4 hours, and at the end of the 4 hours, I'm just gonna go onto the machine, and it'll do the drain for me, and the machine will do its normal thing. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this is helpful and you guys appreciate it. So I sure appreciate you guys. Have a good night.